All right, let's talk about problem one. What's the total distance that Anthony ran? Select all that apply and show your work. There's a lot of different approaches that we could take with this one, but I'm going to take the approach that there's numbers with decimals there, and there are also fractions that we can convert into numbers with decimals, and we can add that all up and then test our solutions from there. So starting from the top, we have 2.45. We also have 3.2, so we can just identify those ones right now. I also know that 8/4 is the same as 8 divided by 4, and we know that 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. Okay, 2 is the same as 2.0, and we're going to add another 0, so it matches up with a 45. 3.2 is the same as 3.20. So now we have 2 and 1/4. 1/4 is one of those fractions where we know that in decimal form it's equal to 0.25. So 2 and 1/4 is 2.25. If you need to see the division, that's 1 divided by 4. And you know that 4 doesn't fit inside of 1, so that would be 0. Multiply that out. You carry forward the division. This is what it's going to turn into. If you spend some time, you'll see that the division does work out correctly. So that's why 1/4 turns into 0.25. So 2 and 1/4 is 2.25. We can add that up and we can see what our total should be. And as you can see, that's going to be 9.90. Now, 0.90, we can see that the 9 is in the tenths place. As a fraction, that would be 1/10. And so if I have a 9 there, that means I have 9 tenths. So 9.90 is the same as 9 and 9/10. So you go down here, check your options. 9 and 9/10 is one of our correct choices. We can also eliminate 9 and 10/9, and also 9.09. That wouldn't work. Let's test 198/20 now. If you count by 20s, you know that 20 divides into 198 9 times with a remainder of 18/20. And you can simplify this into 9/10, and we already know that 9/10 is equal to 9.90, so 198/20 is also a solution. Last but not least, 27/30. If we simplify that, we can divide by a common factor 3, and you can get 9/10 again. So 9 and 27/30 is also 9 and 9/10. So the only one that doesn't work, we have 2 that don't work. I'm going to put those in the box. These don't work. The rest of them do. All right, so question 2, we have a transaction, and we want to know what is the overall total transaction, okay? So 43 and 9/12 is going to simplify to 43, divide by a common factor of 3, and you're going to get 43 and 3/4. Now 43 and 3/4, I'm just going to write that up to the top. That's 43.75. Now if you borrow money, that's money that is negative because it's going to get taken away from you. You receive money from your dad. That's $50.35. Okay? Let's rewrite that. Let's put the 50 on top and let's subtract, see what the difference is. I'm not going to make you sit through the subtraction portion of that, but that should be $6.60. If I take 125 halves, you can divide 125 divided by 2. That's $62.50. The question is it positive or negative? Negative means that you spent that. So basically, we have $62.50 that we spent, $6.60 that we had, and that means that we owe $55.90. Now, we did get an allowance. It says 19 and 3/3. That's the same thing as 20, right? So if I have $55.90 that I owe, right, I get $20. I'm going to subtract that because they're different signs. Now that's $35.90 that I still owe left over. None of those options work. Now, if we were to add all of these together, it would be 176.50 if we were to ignore that there was some given and some taken away. So 176, my bad, it would be 176.60 but we have to take into account we're borrowing, spending, receiving. So the correct answer would actually be negative 35.90. And again, none of these options apply. In case you're wondering why I'm saying, again, none of these options apply, I messed this problem up the first time. This time is not messed up. The only issue is that there are no options that are there. But if you test it out, none of the options are there, then you wouldn't select any. So it's still going to be correct. Let's just write none of the above, and then our work shows why it's none of the above.